Welcome back to Module 3 Wellness Counseling in Action. We will be looking at Chapter 11, Interventions, where we will take a look at solution-focused counseling, covert antecedents model, wellness self-assessments, wellness boosters and balancers, and daily wellness practices and plan. Interventions. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. There are 10 key principles of wellness counseling, which you will find in your textbook on page 208. Refer to these principles if you'd like to check in with the question of how will I know if I'm utilizing wellness counseling in my work? In this chapter, we will review two models that we can use within the wellness counseling framework. We will first talk about solution-focused counseling, and then we will take a look at the covert antecedents model. Solution-focused counseling. There are three key pieces to solution-focused counseling that we can implement easily within our wellness counseling work: the exception question, failed solutions, and the noticing task. When we use the exception question, we are prompting the client to tell us about a time when their concern was less problematic or had less control of their life. An example of the exception question might be when we were working with a client who presents feeling overwhelmed and stressed with the many demands of work and school. We might ask that client to tell us about a time when that stress and feeling of being overwhelmed by the demands of school and work had less control over their life. And we'll be listening for what's different during that time. The next method is the failed solutions. We will ask the client to tell us about a time when they attempted to increase their wellness in a certain area, but were not left with the desired outcome. We can learn about what did not work from this. The last method is the noticing task. We would assign homework for the counselors or for the client to notice wellness behaviors and progress in wellness. We might have the clients write down signs that things are going well with their wellness or signs that they're engaging in new behaviors. In each of these methods that stem from solution-focused counseling, we're trying to take note of what was going well or what wasn't going so well for the clients and how we can build on that prior knowledge. We're also asking the clients to take a moment to consider how their wellness is changing day to day and to bring that back with us so that we can work with that as well. Now we're going to move into the covert antecedents model. This model was developed by Marlett in 1985, and it was developed in the context of working with individuals with substance use disorders. It is based on the foundation that relapse is related to stress, an imbalance of wellness, feeling overwhelmed, decreased well-being, and a need for instant gratification. This model is taken from the figure 11.1 on page 211. It shows the interconnectedness of decreased wellness, detrimental pleasure seeking, distress or disordered symptoms, and advanced distress or clinical disorder, which then leads to further decreased wellness. This model highlights the need and the purpose that substance use serves as an escape from pain, but then also contributes to less wellness as it is a detrimental pleasure-seeking method most of the time. It may be helpful to share this model with a client that you are working with in order to identify where to break this pattern. Wellness self-assessment intervention. Wellness counselors can encourage clients to do a check-in with themselves. We would also want to encourage self-compassion during times of stress and encourage clients to mindfully implement their wellness plan as or after they do this check-in. When we're talking with clients about the importance of doing a self-assessment and wellness check-in, we could use a metaphor. There are lots of metaphors that our text describes and probably more that you all can think of. One of my favorite metaphors to use is this idea of how we recharge our battery. I often talk with both adults and adolescents about our cell phones or other electronic devices, as that is usually something that resonates with them. We talk about what are some signs that our devices give us that the batteries are going low, and what are the signs that we might notice within ourselves that our battery is draining. And once we start noticing those signs, what do? We plug ourselves in to recharge just like we would do with our device. Other metaphors that our text talks about is taking your car in for a tune-up or filling up your tank of gas. It's important to highlight with our clients that the more we practice these wellness activities or wellness behaviors during times when we are not overly stressed, the more access we will have to these wellness skills during times of stress. The wellness self-assessment intervention is a great strategy to build wellness behaviors consistently for our clients. Wellness boosters and balancers. Our text describes wellness boosters as short-term interventions, where wellness balancers have more sustained long-term functionality. Wellness boosters are things that clients can do on their own and can implement anywhere. They provide benefit from a small skill. When I think about a wellness booster, I think about something as simple as taking a few deep breaths or engaging in a quick grounding exercise. This has immediate short-term impact, positive impact on the client wellness. When we look at wellness balancers, we want to create and help the client develop something that's meaningful for them. So we're going to review what has historically been beneficial for that client and emphasize the significant positive impact that that has had on client wellness. These wellness balancers help to ground the client during stressful times and help to sustain functionality even during times of stress. Some clients might experience physical exercise as a wellness balancer, something that has historically been really important for them to maintain and engage in order to maintain wellness. Other clients might identify spirituality or prayer or diet as one of their wellness balancers. We want to be mindful about having these conversations with clients and being able to support them in engaging in both the boosters and the balancers. Daily wellness practices and wellness plan. Daily wellness practices are wellness behaviors built into a wellness plan. They prevent relapse, increase coping skills and strategies, and could be boosters or balancers. Counselors should assess daily wellness practices and identify or explore barriers to such practices. When we're creating a wellness plan with a client, also consider practicing the wellness activities within session to assist in client success out of session. This may look like role-playing or engaging in a wellness activity together during session. Throughout the therapeutic process, check in with the client related to their wellness progress and celebrate successes, even small successes along the way. It's important that we as counselors can take a look at what's going well and what's getting in the way and how the client will know that things are going well. We can even consider this as we think about our own wellness plan for this class. How will you know that you're doing well? And have you reflected on how far you've already come? Now we're going to have a quick review of the intervention chapter. We started by looking at solution-focused intervention. We then looked at the covert antecedent model. We also looked at self-assessment, wellness boosters and balancers, and daily wellness practices. We talked about how we will discuss progress and how we will celebrate success with clients. Now that we have reviewed the different wellness interventions, consider which theory or approach resonates with you the most from this section and how you might use this approach with your clients. We'll be back for the final chapter of Module 3, Chapter 12, Couples and Family.